Perhaps these will be the perfect books to lounge beside the pool with. Hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Aoife, and today I'm taking you through the 6 books that I would love to concentrate on for the upcoming summer months. I always try and separate the year into the 4 seasons, and then I will try and pick 6 books that I think fit the vibes of every season. So for summer, we're going with a lot of romance, we're going with a lot of happy vibes, we're going with a lot of brights, of pastels. And let's see if I actually get any of these books read. I have been really trying to pay a little bit more attention to my TBRs, especially the seasonal ones. So I felt like there were a couple of things that I could do to make that happen. Number one was to make sure that the books were kind of fitting the vibe of the season, but I've also tried to fit a couple of them in with some challenges that I will be doing. For example, some of the books here are going to fit in with the prompts for the Buzzwordathon that I've been taking part in for the last couple of years. But I feel like actually putting some books that have what's needed onto the list might actually make it easier for me to fit them in. First one up is My Best Friend's Honeymoon by Meryl Wisner. This one is one that I am so excited about. It's going to take place in the Caribbean, so it's going to have that really island summer vibe that I think I need to kickstart my summer reading. It's following Elsie and Jenny. They've been best friends for a really long time, and Elsie is just about to marry her fiance when she discovers that he has planned out everything and she hasn't had a single word in how her wedding day is going to go down. So she decides that this isn't the life that she wants to lead, and instead of heading off on her honeymoon with her husband, she jets off with her best friend. Jenny, however, has had a crush on Elsie since the moment they laid eyes on her, and this is the moment. Ginny knows that this is really the time to strike, so they're going to do their best to make sure that this is an unforgettable holiday for the two of them, but it might also be the time that takes their friendship to a little bit more. I've loved the Meryl Wisner books that I have read before. I really love their writing style, and I really love their balance of spicy scenes with a lot of heart and a lot of humor in their storytelling, so I just know that I am in for a great read here. Another author that I am returning to is Carly Fortune with One Golden Summer. And this also brings in another meaning of returning, because we're also going to be going back to Barry's Bay, which was the setting of Every Summer After. This book is following Charlie, who is Sam from Every Summer After's brother. And it's also following Alice, who is working as a photographer in New York, but has put her photography career on hold so that she can go back to Barry's Bay and take care of her grandmother after a fall. While Alice is back in Barry's Bay, she reintroduces herself to Charlie, who was the subject of one of her big photography sessions back when she was starting out. And the two of them are really starting to get to know each other again, but family problems might be drawing everything apart. I absolutely love Carly Fortune's writing style, so I know that this one is going to be great, but I feel like this is going to be an opposite kind of island vibe to My Best Friend's Honeymoon. Instead of going for cocktails and sandy beaches, we're going to be in a fishing town, we're going to have fishing trawlers in the bay every morning, and I am so excited to re-immerse myself in that world. I'm also going to hopefully get to Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I know I've said in the past that Abby and I have had a very tumultuous relationship, but we've been on really good terms lately, so let's just see if the friendship continues. Samantha is working as a social media copywriter, and she's pretty much able to work anywhere that she wants to in the world. So while she's on Minnesota on assignment, she finds a kitten on the side of the road. The kitten is in dire straits, so she brings it to the nearest emergency vet, who happens to be Xavier. He is a Greek god sculptured from marble, but when he opens his mouth, things go rapidly south. Samantha decides that she's going to bring Xavier out for a date and try and see if she can bring him back around, and they have the absolute date from heaven. It is the best first date that either of them have ever been on. However, things in Samantha's personal life are a little bit difficult, and she can't stay in Minnesota for very long, meaning that a relationship between Samantha and Xavier is not very much on the cards. What transpires is a relationship of correspondence where they're sending texts, emails, letters to one another, and I really enjoy that kind of an idea. So let's see how it plays out in the book. I'm also going to finally take a book off my TBR, and that is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. My friend Julie and I have discussed reading this together because we've both been so intrigued by the concept. This book is about Eva, who is a single mother and a hugely successful erotic novelist. She meets with Shane one day when she's at a book convention, and sparks start to fly between the two of them. But what nobody knows is that 15 or so years ago, Eva and Shane had a wild week full of chemistry and love and fire. And I am so intrigued to see what happened 15 years ago and how it has gotten us to where we are now. I'm not a huge fan of a second chance romance, but I feel like this is going to be a flip it on its head of that trope. So hopefully this is one that's going to work for me. I've also read another book by Tia Williams, A Love Song for Ricky Wilde, and this came after 7 Days in June for her bibliography, but I absolutely loved the writing style, so I'm hoping that this one is going to work for me just as well. I also have my sights on The World According to Conk by Philomena Conk. I absolutely love her surreal humour and the documentaries that she has done for Netflix and the BBC. So that's going to be this, but make it a book. I am so hyped up about this one. This is one that I saw in a bookshop while I was at home of Christmas, and I just knew this is one that had to come home with me. I cannot wait to see how she's going to take history and science and medicine and just make it so completely insane, but also so completely informative. I have got such high hopes for this one. I really hope it delivers. Finally, I'm hoping to finish out a series, or at least get caught up with it, with The Good, the Bad and the Aunties by Jessie Q. Sutanto. This book is going to be the third, and as of now, final book in the Dial A for Aunties series, and I've absolutely loved the story of Mehdi and Nathan. This is taking place in Indonesia after their wedding, and Mehdi and Nathan have come for a huge celebration. An ex-flame of second aunt has provided a huge array of gifts for the married couple, and there's a slight problem, because some of the gifts have gone missing, and not all of the gifts were intended for Mehdi and Nathan. One of the most important gifts, one that wasn't particularly intended for the married couple, but actually for the Indonesian mafia, is on the missing list, and there is a race against time for them to find what it was and to return it to its rightful owner. I love the chaos of the four aunties. I love the chaos of these books, and I am so ready to dive back into their world. Those are the books that I have got my eye on for summer, and hopefully by the end of the season, I'll be back to tell you what I thought about them. Are there any books on this list that you think I should start out with? Or what is a book that has given you summer vibes recently? If you'd love to leave me a comment, but you can't think of anything you'd like to say, then just leave me a sunshine emoji. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I have new videos up every week. Now, get on out of here.